Winter storm warning remains in effect for the Cascades, and it has prompted a Fox 12 weather alert. Here is a live look at Mount Hood from our ski bowl camera. Take a look at that. Snow blowing around tonight. Several inches of snow have piled up today, and more is coming down as we speak. In just a moment, Camilo Ortiz will tell us about the latest conditions. But first, Fox 12's Jeffrey Lindblom shows us the conditions in Government Camp tonight.
Guys, it's been coming down all day long. We've been here for 4 or 5 hours, and it's been steady like this all the way through. But if you don't believe me and you can't see it through the camera, here's it in the words of a local.
It's dumping. It's definitely dumping right now, and it's hairy out there. It's like Star Wars when you're driving, so the visibility is pretty low.
But that didn't stop people from coming out.
Just wanted to see the snow. Finally, it's falling, so we're pretty excited.
Frank Thornton is making his way up from Amity, Oregon for some beers and food. With a rig on the back, he thinks is lending him a helping hand in these conditions.
All that extra weight in the truck just gives me a little extra weight, a little extra traction. I've had no problems driving through any of this stuff. You gotta be a little careful on the snow. You know, if you get a little too crazy, it could get away from you.
Well, it's a little rough. It's coming down pretty thick. I'm from further north. I'm from Alaska, so I'm quite used to it. It doesn't bug me.
He's learned driving on a day like this is far different than a sunny summer afternoon.
You got to carry chains and make sure you're prepared for a breakdown or anything like that.
Think it's tough driving a car? Imagine driving something this size, where the driver of this semi-truck tells us it's necessary to chain up.
As is usual, when I get up here, I pull over, and then I get stuck, which is a good time to chain up.
That includes even though he made it up all in one piece and is on his way back.
Maybe I'd be fine going down, but that's how you end up sideways in the middle of the road, making everybody inconvenient.
Speaking of inconvenient, one local says he sees tourists with the same habits, year after year.
When I was on my way up, I saw 2 different cars go off to the side, just pretty much hitting the rail just to put on chains. That's obviously not a safe scenario for anybody.
And one more piece of advice from a local that he's seen all too often.
The runaway truck ramp is not a place to put on chains.
As I mentioned, we've been here all day long, and it's just coming down nice and steady for the last 4 or 5 hours or so. I also want to mention that the locals did say that this snow is just going to keep on coming. It started, it's just going to keep on coming. That semi-truck driver also did tell us that in times like this, in bad weather conditions, it's a good idea to give semi-trucks a little bit more extra space. Be cautious, be courteous. For now, here in Government Camp, I'm Jeffrey Lindblom for Fox 12 Oregon.